Welcome everyone to the International Year of Millets Master Chef Challenge. I am Lindsay, Head of Culture at the World Food Forum, and I'm here with
Rachel, or Dr. Rachel V. Brown, whatever you prefer, a World Food Forum champion.
That's it. That's it? I was waiting for more.
You want to say the rest? No,
I was waiting for more introduction, a little elevator pitch. We are so excited to have you all here today. I see so many beautiful young faces in the audience, and not only are we excited to have you all here with us in person, also online, we're excited to taste our chef's creations. Don't worry, you all will be able to taste some too, so sit tight. But first, let's watch a little video to learn more about the International Year of Millets.
I may be small, but I am strong. I grow where others cannot. I thrive in harsh and dry conditions, providing food when other harvests fail. I nurture soils and ecosystems and boost biodiversity. I am nutritious and delicious and highly diverse in types and flavors. Rooted in ancient cultures and traditions, I am a powerful source of innovation. I want to share my benefits widely with all people and the planet. But I cannot do it alone, so bring me back to your table. I am millets.
Wow. Yeah.
Come on, millets, give it up for the millets.
I had no idea millets were so amazing. Like that video was so vibey. In Jamaica, we say little but talawa.
That's why we're here, for the vibes and the millets all together.
So let's welcome Lynette Newfield, FAO Director of the Food and Nutrition Division, to the stage. Lynette will be one of our judges for today.
And she will also give the opening remarks.
Yeah.
I believe you have a microphone for her there.
I do. Come on up, Lynette. There you go.
Thank you. Thanks. Wow, there's a lot of people in this room. I hadn't noticed that looking forward. That's fantastic. So I think you all know in this room that what we eat has profound implications for our own health, but also for the environment in which we live. Exploring different nutritious foods and nutritious grains can be a conscious decision to act not only for ourselves, but for our environment. And we heard a lot already about the fantastic opportunity for that which sits with millets. So it's with great pleasure that I welcome you to this event today that was jointly organized by WFF and the International Year of Millets with support from FAO, and to learn more than we already learned from that video about the wonderful world of delicious millets and some recipes for how to cook them. You all know the importance of the connection between environment and the food that we eat. That connection has become more and more evident in the situation that we're living in today with climate extremes and other challenges facing our food system. Making choices about our dietary patterns, including the inclusion of nutritious, traditional, and indigenous foods, is an incredible way for us to make each of us a contribution towards the achievement of multiple SDGs. So why millets? I can't actually speak with the eloquence that it was said already by that video, so I'm changing my talk here a little bit. But millets have been consumed for thousands of years across multiple parts of the world, and they have a variety of products. It's not only one millet. There are many different kinds of millets. They're small seeded grasses. They're a staple food and an integral part of the cuisine in many countries around the world. They're whole grains, and whole grains are a fundamentally important part of our healthy diet. They offer nutrients, essential nutrients, vitamins, minerals, dietary fiber, but how they are prepared is a very important aspect of whether those nutrients will be available to us. So we're going to have a nice judging here of the tastiness and nutritiousness of the foods. So promoting the cultivation of a wide variety of millets can contribute to biodiversity, one of the many actions that's needed to increase resilience of our ecosystems and mitigate the effects of climate change. Since millets grow in diverse conditions and harsh conditions, again, they can contribute to helping us achieve SDG 2 on nutrition and hunger and SDG 13 on climate action. So today we have 4 accomplished chefs, all millet advocates, who are going to do their magic and prepare delicious, nutritious foods for us to try. And of course, we're also here to share and launch the Millet Cookbook. So the cookbook itself, which you will all see, was developed in celebration of the International Year of Millets, and it compiles recipes from chefs, seasoned cooks and foodies from around the world who shared their recipes, but also shared videos on social media of their own experience and their own interactions with millets. The cookbook is full of recipes that you can download free of charge. So without further ado, looking forward to it. And thank you all for being here.
Yay! Thank you so much, Lynette.
Thank you, Lynette. That is absolutely wonderful. Before we begin, I want to give the millets a moment. I think they deserve it, don't you, Rachel?
Yes.
So if you look on the screen here, we have some millets waving around. But if you look on these LED walls on the sides, you'll see fields of millets waving around. And may I wanted to give everyone a look
I love that.
at what millets look like.
Beautiful.
So you actually have an idea of what's happening here. Isn't this beautiful? You want to touch it?
I had to. Sorry.
I'll leave it up here. I wanted to give you all some context. Thank you. Thank you for bringing those. They're so beautiful. And they come in so many different varieties, but we'll hear about more of that later. So Rachel, would you like to introduce our first chef? They're standing here so beautiful, but we want to know more about them.
I actually would love to introduce our first chef. Guys, just gonna have you raise your hand so the audience can see who you are. I'd like to welcome Chef Anahita Donde to the stage. Welcome, Anahita. She is a chef from India who has received numerous awards, including the Young Chef India and the Times Food, so prestigious, Times Food Award. As a big fan of millets and a strong supporter of the International Year of Millets, she promotes the versatile use of millets through her culinary creations. Welcome, Chef Anahita. I'm going to give you the mic just in case you want to say a quick introduction.
Yes, okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Namaste from India. An honor to be here. I'm Anahita Dondi, a chef and an author. That's my cookbook. I'm going to be making something which is very simple and easy, but more about that later. It's just been, it's been a moment actually when I was, standing here and looking at the video. I realized that we've been working on millets for so many years. For the last 8 years, I've been screaming millets, like, please eat millets. And I'm so happy that this year has been there. It's been emotional. It's been a personal win for me. And I'm really, really proud to be here and representing India. Thank you.
We're so proud to have you here. Thank you for being here. It's an honor.
Thank you so much for coming. That's a really wonderful. It makes me feel emotional and excited as well. Yes. So next, I would like to welcome Chef Rodrigo Pacheco. He is the National Goodwill Ambassador of FAO in Ecuador. He focuses on restoring and connecting ecosystems, knowledge, and flavors. And he attracted the world's attention through his culinary art and innovative project, the world's largest biodiverse edible forest. Whoa. He actively addresses social and environmental challenges through his Fundación Amor. So welcome. Would you like to say a few words?
Welcome.
Thank you. I just feel honored to be sharing this stage with these amazing chefs. From now, I can offer you my help for anything. I'm your assistant.
Ooh, collaboration.
I'm really glad that it's the time for women to step up, because if we have a memory for cooking, we always remember our grandmothers and our mothers. So that's where it comes from. So please, let's honor the fact that there are more females in this stage than men. So,
woman power.
And yes, as I have been expanding biodiversity through my work, I've also planted millets as part of the biodiverse edible forest, so they're growing nicely. Yeah. Usually they are not grown in Ecuador, where I come from, but they are such a resilient crop. This is a climate-proof plant that is drought resistant, is easy to grow, and also provides a high nutritional value besides being delicious. So today I'm going to try to share with you some techniques, some textures, and hopefully you like what I prepared today with millets.
I'm sure we will. It's so great to have you both here. Next, we have Chef Fatima Binta joining us today. Chef Binta is from Sierra Leone. I'm going to tell you a little bit about her, then you're going to applaud again, okay? But I need like force. She's from Sierra Leone, and her culinary practice is rooted in the Fulani people's family and community cooking traditions. She's the first African to receive the Basque Culinary Award and Prize in 2022. Congratulations. The Basque was in the Basque country. That's amazing. And with the prize money, she set up the Fulani Kitchen Foundation, supporting women farmers for economic development and resilience to climate change. Welcome, Chef Binta. Akwaba.
Good morning. Is it afternoon? Afternoon. It's an honor and pleasure to be here. I am very passionate about food, African food, but most importantly, fonio. I feel like I've been talking about fonio so much. My menu is always celebrating fonio. So it's very important for me, and I'm so excited to be part of this conversation because I have a first-hand experience when it comes to fonio. It's not just delicious, it's not just nutritious, but it's also filling, because there was a time in my life where I experienced brutal civil war in Sierra Leone, and I come from a very large family, over 3,000 cousins, and we were forced to move for refuge in this small village, and rice and all the other foods that was available couldn't sustain us. Wow. So my grandmother had to actually grow fonio to feed us because we were too much and there wasn't enough food. So when the conversation around millets started, it was very important for me to also be part of that conversation. And also, I was fortunate to win the Basque Prize, which has supported me. So I'm also supporting women, connecting with the keepers, the custodians of gastronomy in Africa, but also they are the ones keeping knowledge and best practices. So I'm honored to be here, and I hope to share this with you soon, and hopefully you like it. And you also use the recipe on the book, most importantly.
Fabulous.
Thank you.
We're honored to have you.
Thank you. Ooh. Thank you so much, Chef Binta. Last but absolutely not least, I would like to introduce you all to Chef Mokgadi Itsweng. She is an award-winning South African chef and food activist. Passionate about sustainable food systems, she promotes plant-rich diets with her debut cookbook, Veggielicious, I love that name, and her plant-based dining experience, The Plate with Chef Mokgadi. Through the Chef's Manifesto, she is a part of a global movement of chefs for sustainable development. So welcome. Would you like to say a few words?
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me here. Like Chef Anahita and Chef Binta before, I've been passionate about sorghum, which is the millet that grows in South Africa, which I'm very familiar with. It's part of our rituals, it's part of who we are. But unfortunately, because of the apartheid government, it was taken out of our food system in the 50s, and we've only kept it as part of our rituals. But now but I've always had it. My grandmother's always grown it throughout the years. So I love sorghum. It's one of my absolutely favorite millets. I use it for everything. So I'm gonna be sharing a recipe today that is very different. We don't normally use sorghum in this way, but as a staple that we have, it's always good to find other ways so we can use it all the time. So I made a cake, which I'll share with you. But most importantly, I'm so happy to see that my grandmother's millet is finally being recognized by the world and seen for its importance and why we should be eating it. Thank you so much.
I'm so happy your grandma's millet is here as well. It's fantastic. All right, guys, now that we're all here and welcomed, should we get started with the Master Chef Challenge?
I think we should, but there are some rules. This is Master Chef after all, as you can see.
Yeah.
Look how beautiful they made everything. So you all have 20 minutes, not you, you all have 20 minutes, unless you want to start cooking, that's fine too, to create a stunning dish using millets as the main ingredient, of course, that will wow our judges here in the front, which we will introduce to you shortly, and the audience.
And us.
And us. And us. So, that's most importantly. So, Rachel, shall we do our little countdown?
Yes.
Ready?
1, 2, 3, begin!
Okay. Stress is high, we can feel it. So I'm gonna start with Chef Pacheco. We're gonna start stressing him already. Can you tell us a bit about what you're preparing today?
Yes, of course. What I'm going to prepare today, it's a dish inspired by a Latin American preparation that is called tamal. So we're gonna use the millets, but I am also adding special ingredients that we also use in Ecuador, like peanut. I'm gonna use as a presentation also the arrowroot leaf that I was foraging in the FAO gardens. Sorry for that.
No,
And,
please, we encourage you to forage everywhere in the garden.
Usually we use this leaf to fold the tamales because it brings in a special flavor. So I'm gonna use that. And also a feast of textures and colors that will enhance the potential of millets in high gastronomy. And also I'm going to prepare a drink, a pairing that I also made with millets. So
a full meal.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I want to hear more about that later, but start cooking. Don't let me interrupt you, but I'm going to keep stressing you. So what was your inspiration for this recipe?
My inspiration for this recipe is the fact that we are facing a climate challenge now. And I think the more resilient we become by using products that are actually part of the solution and not of the problem is also something that fulfills my soul and my heart. And I think chefs are special tools to inspire other people and other chefs in order for all of us to become solutions and not only the problem, because gastronomy is also part of climate change, and our habits need to shift to more sustainable and eco-friendly. And the fact that we use millet is a great opportunity to put in practice what we preach.
Absolutely. Okay, I'll leave you to start cooking just for now, but I'll come back and stress you later. Rachel, over to you. What's happening on your side?
A few questions, like so many questions. First of all, it smells
So good.
Can you guys smell it?
Yeah, can you smell it? You're gonna smell it soon.
If you guys don't get any food today, it's because of me, and I apologize in advance. I'm gonna eat everything. Chef Anahita, what are you preparing today, and what inspired this dish? I'll hold it for you while you cook.
Great. So the dish is inspired by many things. Right now in India, we celebrate a festival known as Navratri. And in that, there's a millet which is used, which is a barnyard millet. A lot of people would have never seen barnyard millet, at least outside of India. So this one is inspired by that, and I actually made it during this festival, and it's called a Navratri bruschetta or a bruschetta, and that's what we're making here.
Oh my gosh, bruschetta. I learned the pronunciation of it.
We had a class earlier this week. She said bruschetta on this stage with the Italian crew, and they all went through the door and went like this.
I want to survive.
Exactly. It's about survival out here. So.
It was very scary for me. I didn't realize it was so serious, bruschetta. But really, why did you want to mix the flavors? What was the reason behind that?
So during Navratri, there are certain rules that you can eat, certain things that you can eat, and tomatoes and holy basil in India is something that we use. So for me, those flavors were very Italian. So I said, why not combine the two, Indian and Italian? So it's a beautiful millet grain. And what I've actually done here is literally just boiled the millet and made like a bread out of it. So now I'm going to toast it, and that's what I'm doing.
May I say this is a millet marriage?
Yes.
Did we just witness a millet marriage?
I love that for millet.
I love this. Okay, Chef Binta, the stress is on you now. So what are you preparing today, and what kind of millets are you using?
So I'm preparing fonio, which is also part of millet. And traditionally in Africa, they use it in a very minimal way. So mostly it's either with granite soup or they just pound it and do porridge. So I'm trying to challenge these underutilized ingredients in Africa by creating different ways. So you're going to have a fonio salad.
Okay.
So yeah.
Perfect. Okay. And what about the nutritional benefits of this dish based on fonio? Is it something that's easy to find in Ghana?
It is not easy to find in Ghana, but the most important highlight for me when it comes to fonio, it's gluten-free.
Oh, okay.
So for me, and if you look at the way people eat now, there are new trends. Most people are going for healthier ways to eat.
Absolutely.
It's either about also managing their allergies and all of that. And also it's highly nutritious and easy to grow. And most importantly, also it's very filling. So you eat small, you are satisfied.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I need to incorporate some of this into my diet. So do you have any other kind of explanation on exactly how you're going to prepare it?
So I'm going to build a bowl of salad. I'm using mango. Mostly when it comes to salads, I always say there are no rules. Just use what's in season. So mango, and then I'm adding cashew nuts. Anyone allergic, by the way? Cashew nuts? No, okay. And then I'll add herbs, different herbs. So you have mint. I'm not going to say everything because the book is there. Go check the book out. And then some tomatoes. So it's just a fresh, vibrant bowl.
Okay. Okay, great. Rachel, back over to your side. What's happening over there? I'm smelling it.
Magic is happening.
I can
Lindsay.
see you excited about what you're smelling.
I'm so excited. Chef Mokgadi, what are you preparing for us today, and what kind of millet are you using? I can hold it for you. So you can
Okay,
keep
thanks.
cooking.
I'm making a sorghum, ginger, and orange cake.
Oh,
So this cake, for me, again, it shows the versatility of the ingredient of sorghum, and we grind it up into fine powder into flour, and I use that as the base for my cake. But what I do because sorghum is such a tricky millet, and it's also gluten-free, it needs another flour for it to have that strong texture. So I've used oat flour, gluten-free oat flour.
gluten-free.
So yes, so the whole cake is gluten-free because obviously sorghum is gluten-free, and I've used dates instead of sugar. So it's sugar-free, it's vegan, so there's no eggs, no milk. It's really, really delicious. So it's one of those easy cakes to make, and you don't use a lot of ingredients, and it's quite cheap. So there are no eggs, no fancy things in there, and it's delicious.
So celiac people, diabetic, everybody, it's good for everyone.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Where did the idea of doing this cake come? Did you dream it? Like, how did you come up with this concept?
So in my book, Vegilicious, I talk about a plant-based or plant-forward diet. And for me, I struggled with my health a lot. I had allergies. So I had to find ways around food and to create delicious food that I could eat. So the cake came from that. And I love oranges. I created this cake during winter, and the oranges were easily available, but you can use any other fruit you like. So you can use apples in there if you like. Whatever fruit you like, you can use. So I used oranges because at the time they were available and seasonal, and I like using seasonal fruits. Yeah, and it's good, it's healthy, it's delicious. My family absolutely loves it. So good for kids, and it's not too sweet, but it's sweet enough. The dates bring in the sweetness, and it's healthier.
Smells fantastic. Last question for you for now is, how are you preparing? I always feel weird asking chefs this question because I feel like it's top secret, but how are you making this so that when we go home, we can make it too?
It's very simple. I mean, if you follow the recipe, it's so simple. You can't believe just how easy this cake is, especially because sorghum is such an unknown ingredient. But it's really, it's a simple cake. Anyone can follow it, which is why I shared the recipe, because it's just so incredible and easy to make. So follow the recipe. It's simple.
Thank you for sharing with us.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. That's funny you mentioned sorghum, because I actually have a friend who has a startup called, I think, Chasing Dreams, and she actually started popping sorghum. Have you ever heard of that? Have you ever tried it? So they look like tiny, tiny, tiny little popcorn, but they're much healthier for you than corn. Sorry, corn, but millets is the star today.
How did she discover that?
Make the rules. So actually in her apartment in Scotland, she had 7 different kinds of popping machines.
What?
And she just started trying to pop it in different ways, but the sorghum reminded me of that. So I feel like millets are the source of a lot of innovation, and I love that. So, okay, Rachel, well, now that we have gotten to know our chefs a little better and we'll hear from them later, I think we should give them a few minutes to cook calmly. We've been kind of stressing them a bit. So why don't you start introducing our judges?
I think that's a great idea, Lindsay. Who's going to be first?
I think we should start with Chef Sanjay Thakur from India. So come join me, Sanjay.
Yay, Sanjay!
Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. So you are, it's okay, they'll turn it on. You are the Vice President of the Young Chefs Association of India. And as millets are a staple in Indian cuisine, maybe you could tell us the role of young chefs in transforming the use of millets in modern Indian cooking and how that's going.
Sure. First of all, thank you, FAO. Thank you, Lindsay. Thank you, Rachel. It's a fantastic efforts put by FAO together to promote millets. And this topic, millets, is now global topic. It's not just related to one country anymore. So like India always believes in one planet, one future, one family. So let's talk about this message for the whole youth community who is wearing this white jacket, cooking. So what I always suggest to the young ones that promoting millets, you have to collaborate with the farmers, which is very important. Somewhere or the other, I think our profession have left behind the farmers. I think working with them together, understanding their needs, completing a chain for them, their requirements. I think to bring that in front of the public, it's a great tool. I'm very sure all the people over here who are watching the demo, how much difference it makes when a farmer is trying to sell a millet or the chefs. So, it's definitely a very strong tool. Along with that, I think there's a lot of different things can be done, like social media can be used very effectively to promote millets. And chefs are already doing fantastic work. Chef Binta has been so popular with millets, Chef Anahita, and everyone pretty much. So, we have learned a lot as well. We have been inspired with this. And I think that's pretty much it. I think young generation know what they're doing, and I think we are on the right track, and we will achieve our goals very soon.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Sanjay.
That's encouraging to hear that we'll achieve the goals soon. Sometimes it feels like it will never happen, but
we will.
We're happy to hear that, Chef. Let's invite our next judge to the stage, Peruvian chef Arlette Eulert, chef director of Ninakia. They had an amazing event last night.
They did.
So, hi.
Welcome, Arlette.
Welcome. Yes, we can applaud her. Tell me a little bit about what is known about millets in your country.
Hi, good morning, everybody. I'm Arlette, chef from Peru. So for me, it's an honor to be here. Well, we know a little bit from millets.
Okay.
We are known for our biodiversity in Peru. We have lots of grains, different grains. And we normally consume more grains in Peru like rice or like quinoa. That is pretty famous. But I think the millets are it's a special ingredient and is versatile and also high nutrition. So I think we could use it in our gastronomy and in different ways, like in stews or like in our famous traditional dishes that we have lots. So I think it's a good way to introduce more new ingredients. And right now, we just have to visualize more and to educate our people. So let's do it. It's a challenge.
True. You mentioned that we need to include millets in the traditional dishes. But what are some of the traditional Peruvian dishes that you could make with millets, for example?
I think everything, because we have strong different flavors and millets is like neutral. So I think that it's also nutritious and it's also it's going to be delicious. We just have to be more creative, I think. And we have lots of chefs, here we have amazing chefs and in Peru as well. So I think we can do it.
Okay. Millet kind of sounds too good to be true now, Lindsay.
I have a very specific question about this though. So last night in our dinner, we had this, it was incredible.
Yeah.
So last night in our dinner, you prepared a kind of almost, I don't want to call it a porridge, I'm sorry, but it was a very creamy kind of quinoa based dish. Do you think that you could substitute millets in that dish?
Of course.
She said in everything, Lindsay.
Everything. I was testing her. I wanted to know specific.
Yesterday, I tried to to prepare traditional dishes, but with, with innovation. So that special porridge or dish, the name is pesque. It's a traditional Peruvian dish from the Andean. It's a kind of risotto, but it's not a risotto, so sorry for that.
Be careful with that.
Be careful.
Right. They're serious about food here.
I know. But it's creamy, it's delicious. You can also use millets there. And I also put algas.
Algae.
Algae. So it's a special algae from Peru, also really nutritious, called cushuro.
Wow.
And it's our like natural caviar from the Andes. So you can mix interesting ingredients and nutritions at the same time, and it's going to be delicious, and it's going to be nutritious for the soul. That is the best.
I believe it, because I felt fantastic after dinner yesterday.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
But last question for you. Are there any challenges with using millet in Peru specifically?
Yes, I think that we're really like proud of our food, really proud. And it was like lots of works and a lot of years. So we have to introduce it like in a different way, like in a creative way. And we have to be just a little bit careful with our traditions, but I think we can embrace it.
I agree. I hope you do. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chef
Telling us a little bit more about Peru and millet usage there. And thank you for being a judge today.
Yes, thank you very much.
That was Arlette.
So I'm looking at our timer and we have less than 5 minutes left.
Are you serious? It's 4 minutes.
Are you doing okay? The timer is up there on the screen, bottom right.
Chef Anahita is mad at us, Lindsay.
I'm sorry. It looks like she's ready though. It looks like everyone is doing okay.
If you smell this, like,
I know. I'm getting very hungry.
I'm starving.
I am. Okay, so with the last few minutes, I think we should introduce our last but never least judge, Mr. Ji Zhengfa. Please come up and join me.
Yay, welcome.
Welcome. So he is the Deputy Director of the International Cooperation Division of the Hebei Provincial Academy of Agricultural Sciences in China. So millets have historical significance in Chinese agriculture. So can you tell me a little more about the role of millets in modern Chinese cuisine?
Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I'm from the hometown of forktail millet. The forktail millet has a history of 8,000 years old. And today we take the new hybrid. It's from Hebei province of China.
Wow.
With a distance of 8,000 kilometers.
Thank you.
Okay, we can see the hybrid millet. It has good yield and also have good nutrition.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. And so how are millets being promoted in China?
And we all know that the millet is good for our spleen and stomach. So every day in China, on the family table and the restaurant menu, we can see the millet. For me, every day I will eat the millet porridge for breakfast, lunch, and supper. And today we also take another Chinese culture food.
Thank you so much, Sanjay.
This is the mooncake.
Oh, okay. And this has millets inside?
Yes, it's made of millet.
Wow.
We eat it on the mid-autumn day.
Okay. Wow. These are very beautiful as well. What is inside of them?
Inside the
millets.
Okay, but is there like a stuffing? It looks like there's a jam. Oh, wow. Peanuts. Wow. This looks delicious. Okay, will you save one for me?
I'm saying, Lindsay.
Here you go.
There's 2 of them.
Rachel wants one. Okay, thank you so much. Why don't you have a seat and we will get to the judging very soon. But you know, Rachel, I'm still over here with these millets. So I look at these millets and I think, how am I supposed to get these tiny, tiny, tiny millets off of this?
Right. How does it work?
Can anybody give me maybe some of the chefs just to distract you even more? Can one of you tell us? It looks like Anahita is ready. How do I get the millets off of this?
So what happens is it dries up and you have to just
like bang it.
Okay.
Okay.
Don't do that.
She said, don't do it.
She said it's too messy. Don't do it here.
Lindsay was ready.
I was, okay, well, I was ready. Okay, so you have to pick them up and basically beat it
Yes.
on the
They
floor or
beat
something
it,
else.
And then you can, of course, there's an area where you kind of beat it and then you collect it and then you have to clean it because there could be bits that are not perfect and, which in terms of like a lot of husk and the actual grain, you'll actually see it. So you do get them polished and unpolished as well.
Oh, okay.
Does it take long?
Yeah, it's not easy to do. It's labor intensive.
Oh, okay. Do you think that could be a barrier for people to eat millets because does that make it expensive in some places?
No,
because
so
of
it's
these-
usually not very expensive because it doesn't take too much to grow it.
Okay.
So it only uses 1/10 the amount of water that wheat or rice
wow.
does. So that's why it's a resilient crop. It saves a lot of water.
Oh,
and
wow.
so you'll see a lot of traditional communities, they grow this because there's a lot of water scarcity.
Ah, that's perfect. And with that, we have 5 seconds left.
No, we
Chef.
don't.
Shall we do a little countdown?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, ready? I'll put the millets down. Thank you so much for bringing these. I'll put
Right,
the millets
Chef.
down and we can do a little countdown.
It's gonna be spoons
Why
down,
don't we do a
spatulas
10
down.
second countdown?
Should we do 10 seconds?
Joe
Yeah.
Bastianich isn't here. I think it's okay. We can do 10 seconds. Ready?
Okay, ready? But we have to sing it a little bit because.
Okay, let's do it.
Ready? I'll do 10. 10.
No, I'm not. Come on, I can't sing like this. We haven't Piwa doing the.
Right, I'm so excited for that, by the way. But ready? 10.
Everyone, 9.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, hands up, Chef.
Hands up. Make me feel like I'm in MasterChef.
Chef
please.
Binta said absolutely not.
That's okay. That's okay. I told her today she's Queen Binta, so she can make the rules.
Queen Chef.
That's okay. That's okay. Okay, so it is now time to present the dishes. Exactly. That one you can sing. Oh, it looks like there's some tasting going on back there. What about us? Okay, so why
they
don't
have
we
to taste.
start with Mr. Jisengfa? Come on up. Bring your microphone if you have it. Perfect. Thank you very much. This is a bring your own microphone occasion. So why don't we start over here with the bruschetta?
Ooh.
Rachel, I'm gonna stand up here with you. So, Chef Anahita, please explain your dish a little bit, and then
Okay. So
We
this
can begin
is
the judging.
a barnyard millet base, which I have
I wish they could see.
made like a bread. And so this is only millet. This is gluten-free. There's no flour in it. You just have to cook it in a little extra water so it holds on to that starch. And then I've cooled it down, pressed it down, and then fried it like with a little bit of butter and olive oil. And then on top, I've got some beautiful tomatoes, basil, salt, pepper, and balsamic. Very simple. And I hope it's delicious.
It looks
okay,
delicious.
time to taste.
Okay, I will try one.
Yes, please. Have the whole thing in one bite.
He said, "Oh, mom." That means it's delicious.
Because I have never tried this kind of food. It's very special.
You like it?
Free
yes.
bruschetta. I hope the Italians would approve.
It has a taste
scared,
of
right?
millet flavor and also the fresh vegetable. It's a very
Healthy.
good for health. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I think not only the child, also the old will like it.
Oh, okay. So good for all ages.
I feel like you should hire him to market your product.
Yeah, you should. You can present your
100%.
cookbook.
It's for everyone. Yes.
present
Yeah, but
it
this
for you.
recipe is in the millet cookbook.
Okay.
Everyone should download it and then make it.
Fabulous.
Perfect.
I'm looking forward to it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Oh my
I can take this. Thank you. Okay, so our first dish has been judged.
Yes, I feel like all the judges
Over.
are going to want to eat everything. But
They
let's see.
will. They
Also
will.
me. Thanks so much for that. Sanjay, why don't you come up to the stage?
Welcome.
Check out the fonio salad.
Hey, come on over.
Okay.
So one from me, one from Rachel. We are the microphone queens
Goodness,
as well
look at
today.
that.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Can I show the audience for a second? Because
Oh
it's
my
the flowers
goodness.
for me. Guys, I don't know if you can you see this?
It's really beautiful.
Yeah.
Woo! You got an applause out of that salad.
Beautiful.
Thank you. So we have a plate of fonio salad. So the inspiration is actually tabbouleh. So you're just trying to, use fresh herbs and ingredients. So you have the green salad, you have basil, you have mint, you have scallions, the green scallions, and then you have cilantro, and then you have cashew nuts, cherry tomatoes, and the fonio itself. And then I did a simple vinaigrette with honey, lemon, black pepper, salt. And there is more, but check the book out. So let's dig in. I hope you like it.
Chef, it's a beautiful dish, first of all,
Thank you.
to do so much in that restrictive time, we understand as the chefs. I don't even want to spoil the plate. Can I just take it?
No, take that one.
It's way
so
too
pretty.
Feel free.
Yes.
You know when something's too pretty to eat, it's just like, can't.
And then you have mango, by the way.
Yeah.
But you can always use any fruit you prefer, as long as it's not mushy.
I think
Okay.
the dish is fantastic. There's no doubt in it. Plus, visibly, it's one of the most beautiful plates I've seen with millets.
Thank you.
And, the flowers, of course, just elevates it because we eat through our eyes. And I think Chef Binta just have ticked that box, and the taste and the flavors are just icing on the cake.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Wow.
very much.
Okay. Thank you so much.
It's
All
like
right.
professional
I'll
food
take this.
commentary. I love this for us.
Oh, I love the millets love. Okay, so thank you so much, Sanjay. And now, why don't we have Arlette join us back on stage, and we're going to go over to the millet cake.
Dun, dun, dun,
You
dun.
have your microphone. Okay, perfect.
Beautiful.
I'm gonna show you guys as well.
wow.
Oh, also it's warm. Do you guys
Wow.
see? Millets did that.
And you make it in a short time also.
Well, it takes about an hour to bake,
Okay.
so we made it ahead.
Okay.
So this
So
is the big cake.
Oh, beautiful.
like a tarte tatin.
Yes. So you've got the
Oh,
Beautiful.
kind of upside
Really
down.
beautiful.
Ooh, beautiful. Another round of applause.
So let's try it.
yes.
Well, we
Oh, she said,
we
okay,
use hands.
go for it.
Of course.
We support it.
Mm.
Also means delicious.
Which spice do you use?
I used cinnamon and I also used ginger.
Amazing.
Cinnamon and ginger. Ooh, just in time for fall.
It's
I'm
like
saying.
Perfect.
It's like a grandma hack
Yes.
and also healthy. So
Yes.
it's delicious. Thank you
Yeah,
so much
no
for
sugar
this.
in there, so it's very good for you. It's gluten free,
sugar?
free, and fresh fruit is delicious.
And we can eat a lot.
Yes, agreed.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Arlette. You can have a seat. Rachel will take your, okay, that's perfect. Let's do this, Rachel.
All right,
Over to
Lindsay.
you.
I'm going to ask Lynette to come back on stage so she can have us. Well, I guess she's going to try the
She
final
has
dish.
the honor to try the
The
last dish.
tamal.
Welcome, Rachel. Thank you for all the work you do promoting this beautiful crop. What I prepared today is a tamale. It has I'm going to share with you the millet prepared in 3 different ways. So one is the tamale. Second, the toasted meal on top, so it becomes crunchy and delicious. And also I made a drink with it using the pineapple skin that usually we throw away. So my mom told me that when I was little. So you have a pairing for that. And I warn you, in Ecuador, we always have the tamal with some spicy sauce. So I made a spicy sauce. In case it's too spicy for you, you always have the drink to pair it.
Lynette, can you take the heat?
So I'm going to be a hard judge because my Canadian of origin, Mexican by heart and marriage.
Okay.
So I've eaten a lot of
She's had a
tamales
tamale
and
before.
I've eaten a lot of chile.
This is not her first rodeo.
Bon appetit.
Right. Merci.
I think she can handle the spice.
I think I'm going to be able to handle the spice. I'm excited about the spice.
And the drink, we're even combating food waste.
Yes.
With the greens from the pineapple, I love it.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
I guess I get to have the other half of that, right?
Of course, it's all yours.
Wow.
Wow.
It's incredible. The combination of the soft
Yes.
with the crunchy on
textures.
top, the texture on
Ooh.
top. and it's got just the right amount of spice.
Okay.
So I don't need the juice, but you got to try it.
See, I'm hungry.
It's okay, Rachel. We're here where we can get some
So what
later.
else is in there other than the pineapple?
When I cook the millet in water in order
Yeah.
to prepare the tamal. So I use the same water, and then I added the kitchen gave me some pineapple skin. So then we cooked that with the skin, and then we strain it. So
Oh,
it's a simple drink.
okay.
that
So
everyone
would
can
you
do.
be able to make horchata with that?
That's actually a version
like-
of an horchata.
Horchata.
Oh, which is a
advanced.
Mexican drink made with rice. So this is going to be a lot more nutritious with a millet. It was fantastic. Thank you so much.
Wow, thank you
Looks
so
fantastic.
much.
Thank you, Lynette. Oh, wow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow.
Lindsay, I just feel incredibly blessed and
Yes,
lucky. Like, aren't we lucky to be here with such amazing chefs?
We're so lucky.
Aren't we lucky?
We really are.
Absolutely.
And I know, Rachel, that you love a winner.
Yes.
I know you love a winner.
Winners.
And I know today is technically a MasterChef challenge, but I think we can all agree that after everything we learned today, the personal stories, all of the information about the nutrition and everything else, I think we can agree that everyone is a winner when you're eating millets.
Yes, I agree.
Give it up for the millets.
100%. Team Millets for life. Hashtag millets. Yes. With that, let's hear our closing remarks. I'd like to invite Senior Agricultural Officer in the Plant Production and Protection Division at FAO, Benton B, to the stage.
Welcome.
Welcome. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Dear esteemed chefs, colleagues both in the room and also online, and obviously the jurors. Well, you have taken us on a remarkable culinary journey, and thank you for your innovation, because that's what's created the uniqueness and bringing millets to all of our attention. So sincere thanks. This challenge has shown how these small but mighty grains have woven themselves into diverse cuisines, uniting us through our universal love of food and new tastes. So our international chefs, I'd like to pay tribute to you once more. Anahita Dondi from India.
Ooh.
Please thank you. Rodrigo Pacheco from Ecuador. Fatmata Binta from across West Africa. Mokgadi Itsweng from South Africa. You've shown us how millets can be made to be nutritious and tasty and of interest to young people, as well as people who are so familiar because of their rich heritage and unique diversity. And this diversity is a key element which enables us to make different types of foods, different tastes. And as has been mentioned, the Millets recipe book is here now for all of you to download for free. I know that you'd all like a hard copy. I'm afraid that's not possible, but it is possible to download. And also I'd like to highlight within the book, it does describe some of the diversity of millets and the different species and the different nutritional contents, and also some useful tips on how to prepare and how to cook the millets. So please do access the book. And I would also like to encourage everybody to visit the International Year of Millets website, which has several interesting documents and events being publicized. And there are other competitions. There's actually a photo contest, which is running until the end of this month. And there will be a background paper and lots of information that may suit your individual needs. So please do look at the website. And it's raised awareness. We've done well. A lot of people have paid credit to the fact that the International Year of Millets has made people understand that millets exist, but it's the demand that's really needed. And this is where your inputs are so unique to try and create consumer interest for nutritionally relevant products. This does help, as you've mentioned, explain the connection with farmers. It is a closed loop, and we want to make sure there are new and decent jobs for as many people as possible, from production through to consumption. And I want to reiterate what Lynette mentioned. Millets are a sustainable option to generate incomes, protect the environment, and to create decent jobs and social equity, especially in arid regions. And it's in the dry lands where the majority of the most vulnerable populations live. Millets do produce yields under the most challenging of conditions, and they are resilient to many shocks and stresses, including drought, pests and diseases, and have a low environmental impact, requiring minimal agrochemical inputs. And the vast genetic diversity of each species of millet and each variety offers us a range of different possibilities to generate income for farmers and also for local communities and food system actors. Millets provide essential nutrients and offer a variety of food types, adding culinary variety to our diets. And as consumers, it is up to us to make mindful choices of what we want to eat to ensure we're healthy. Enhancing the production and consumption of millets will support transformation to more efficient, inclusive, resilient, and sustainable agri-food systems. This international year, this MasterChef Challenge is a celebration of our shared commitment to better production, a better environment, better nutrition, and a better life, leaving no one behind. And you can all now consider yourselves as individual millet ambassadors and share the word. So let us together embrace the diversity of millets to enrich our lives, our tables, and our world. Thank you to everybody. And now I've got the easy part of exciting everyone who's here. The dishes that have been innovatively prepared are now available. And for those online, use the cookbook and enjoy. And congratulations to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ben, for that. That was fantastic.
Thank you so much. But I have a question for you. Where can we taste these dishes?
Outside.
Right outside?
Right
Magic. So you've had other chef assistants preparing this same food right outside?
Wait, is it right
Rachel,
now?
this is great news. Let's go.
This is time for lunch. Bye. I'm kidding.
Thank you so much, everyone. That brings us to the end of our challenge today.
Thank you, chefs.
Thank you, chefs.
Judges.
One round of
Thank
applause.
you, audience. I see a few of them leaving to go get the
they're all running to get the food. We gotta go beat
see
them.
You guys.
Thank
We
you,
see
everyone. We're gonna go
Thank
get the food
See
now.
you soon. Bye.
Changed, new life and hope and promise to sustain. But what always remains is young people leading ways, quiet time.